Okay, so I just got back from a walk and I just wanted to film some stretches that I would normally do after a walk. So after a walk, you may be tight in your hamstrings, your quads, maybe your hip flexor. Definitely feet can get a little tight. So I'm just going to go through what I normally do. So the first one would be and these are all standing just to keep it simple, a standing calf stretch. So I'm going to bend the front knee and keep the back heel down. And I'm just gonna stay there. After a walk, you can handle a little bit more static stretching. I'll add a little bit of mobility in if I feel like something is more for pre-walk. So after a walk, I might do this stretch, or I probably will. You can also be against a wall. And I'm gonna press that heel as if I'm pushing it past the floor. So really getting into that nice stretch. You'll feel it a little bit more. You can have your hands on this leg or, like I said, on a wall. And then I'm going to keep that back heel down and slightly bend the back knee, but keep the back heel down. That's going to go a little lower into the ankle, the Achilles tendon. So I kind of hold that for a little bit. Optimum, maybe 20 to 30 seconds or more. Okay, I'm going to do the other side. Now you can do some stretching on the floor, but if I have a busy day, I just want to get to it, I'll just do these real quick just to feel that stretch. And you can't see me, and Jenny's over here, but I think you had a pretty good shot on the other side. Again, your feet are apart on that imaginary train track, not one behind the other. And then I'm going to bend the back knee. Don't be surprised if you don't bend it a lot. You're not going to be able to bend it a lot here. And then always think about your posture. I probably would take the vest off for this. All right, next I'm gonna just stretch out my hamstring. So I'm gonna take the back knee bent and then try to show this from the side so you can see. Okay, dig that front heel down. Now before a walk, I might do little scoops here or alternate the heels to kind of make it more dynamic, okay? So just want to go into a static stretch. There are a number of ways you can stretch out your hamstrings. You can lower the toe. You can be on your back and have one leg up. You can do a downward facing dog, which I'll show. Okay, and then just do the other side. So again, you might want to find one position and stick with it, or you might want to bring that toe down and up. It also gets a little ankle mobility. This is a good one I use all the time. If you wanted to go a little deeper into that hamstring, you might want to go into pyramid. So both toes are facing front. I'm going to find that hip crease and hinge forward. Both legs are straight. You might even want to hold onto a wall here, but you don't want to take too much of a fold. When you hinge from the hip, you're really feeling that hamstring. So you can do that on both sides. Now sometimes on this posture, if it's post-workout, you know, you might come down a little bit, but to really feel that hamstring stretch, you're going to push your hips back and you can really feel it here. It's a little harder on your core. So for people who want to take it a little easier, I would do that heel kind of back. All right, just checking my time. Okay, great. All right. Now for hip flexor, same kind of thing. You're going to take 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and come up on the back toe, bend the knee, and tuck the hip under. You're gonna feel a nice stretch here. Of course, you can get a little deeper on the floor, but this is a really nice one. It kind of gets in there, and you can feel that length right there. Tuck the pelvis under, and then do the other side. You can always put in an upper body stretch with any of these. Stick on Jenny. So you can open up the chest, or you can just simply stay here, focus on the lower body. You really can come down a little bit more and really feel that quad and hip flexor. The next one for quad, you can do this standing balance, but I like to hold on to something and bring my hand to my foot, because I feel like I can get a little bit more balance here with holding on to something, even if it's just a very light grip, because you want to be able to hold the stretch. You don't want to be hopping around, and you want to do that to both sides. So again, if it's tight, you might want to just bend and straighten the knee. An intense stretch for the quad, the front of the thigh. So you want to keep the knee facing down. I see a lot of this sometimes. You want to make sure you bring the knee in line with the other knee, quad in line with the other quad. Good. It's also a nice stretch for the foot. And then if you have time and you want to come down, you can do a little bit of a forward fold here. Okay, bring it down. You can also walk out to a down dog. This is sliding, and you can pedal the feet here. It's a nice one to do pre-walk as well. And then walk it back in, bend the knees, and roll it up. So those are just a few stretches. Of course, if you have more time, you might want to move the upper body, open up the chest, a little cat and cow. That always feels good to get that spine moving. These are my favorites when I warm up. I have cat and cow standing. You can always go deeper on the ground. You can also take a nice little side bend here, getting that lateral flexion, and then bring the arms out and then rotate open. Notice I'm keeping my hips forward, and just do that a few times. And you can even get variety here by opening, come back. It's a little harder, opens up that shoulder a little more. All right, and that would be like post walk stretch. Pre, I would do some of the same things, but make them a little bit more dynamic, and especially putting in like a little hip circle, getting those hips going, and it feels good post walk as well. So I hope that helps, and you know, try to get in a 20 to 30 minute walk every day. Even if you don't have time for that, be busy around your house, get your steps in that way. Maybe squat in place, take some desk breaks during the day. So even if you can't get outside, I am taking advantage of the nice weather, but it was very rainy a couple days this week, so I just kind of walked around my house. I put the vest on, did some laundry, did some, you know, some movement around the house. So that all counts.